Good morning and welcome to Vic and Vern Sports Chat. My name is Vic. Welcome to live Super Rugby. Yes, we have got an interesting clash for you guys today. It is Moana Pacifika against the Western Force. Two teams I just got to adjust my chair there. There you go. Two teams I think that we're going to not what I want. There you go. Two teams I think are going to fight out for that wooden spoon. That's just me. I can't see it happening any other way. I don't have both teams that strong at the moment, you know. And this battle's going to show us a lot today. This battle's going to show us a hell of a lot on who maybe can get up the table, maybe make the playoffs. Look, Moana, they've won one game already, so if they can get another win today, it'd be good for them. Western Force lost both their opening games. They got trounced in both their opening games, so not that good at the moment. Let me have a look at the chat. Good morning. I see Big Benny's in there. He's going for Moana Pacifika. Good stuff. Let's have a quick look at what's going on in the Super Rugby, man. Those were the results from last week. So the Hurricanes, they destroyed Moana 52-10. The Waratahs took care of the Drua 36-13. The Highlanders and the Chiefs in a tight one, 23-26. The Western Force actually scored quite well against the Blues, but they did lose 42-32 at home. And the Brumbies destroyed the Crusaders 24-50. Another team that, what is going on with the Crusaders? Yes, the Reds had a bye last week. Let's have a look at this week's matchups. Of course, you got Moana against Western Force. Later on today, it's the Reds against the Highlanders. Then tomorrow morning, Drua Hurricanes, Chiefs, Crusaders. That's a big one. Can the Crusaders bounce back, or are they going to go 0-3? That would be unthinkable. And the Brumbies against the Blues, another very, very interesting battle. The Waratahs, they got the week off, or the weekend off, because they had a team with a bye this week. There you go. So don't forget, what's coming up next? Yeah, we will have this evening, we still have a URC rugby. It's Cardiff against Leinster, so join us for that. I will be plugging that a little bit more later. Let's quickly have a look at the Western Force lineup. It's coming up on this side. Here we go. There you go. So your props: Tom Robertson at 1, and then at 2 you have Nick Doley, the hooker. Harry Johnson Holmes at 3, the other prop. Your two locks are Franco Molina and Darcy Swain. Then Darcy Swain, I just see him on the picture there as well. Then your loose forwards: Jeremy Williams, Carlo Tiziana, who I think is a fantastic player, and Violini Ukwazi. There you go. Wow, one of the tougher names for me to pronounce this morning. Your your scrum half, or your halfback, as you guys say there down south, Nathan Hasty. Your fly half is Ben Donaldson. Then you have Bailey Kearnsley, Hamish Stewart, George Bridge, Darby Lancaster, and Matt Greeley. I like Matt Greeley, but look, the Western Force, not as strong as they were, I think, last year. I mean, I think they've regressed a little bit, but you never know. You never know what happens. Then on the other side, the boys from the Pacific there, I wrote this down a little bit so that I don't mess their names up too much. Tito Tupailotto at 1. Then you have Mills Sana Revia at 2. Chris Apapua at 3. Tom Savage at 4. Alan Craig at 5. Then, of course, my favorite player from Moana Pacifika. What a name. Miracle Faialagi. At loose forward. The other loose forwards are Semi Pia and Semi Tupu Tai Aloha at 8. Your fly half for this game, your scrum half for this game is Jonathan Taumatina. Then look, a man that has been playing really well this season, Patrick Pellegrini. I think he's done great, kicking fantastically. Definitely not the reason. It's not, Moana lost last week. Definitely not on him. Then we have at number 11, we have Salomon Alaya Milo. At number 12, another name that's very hard for me to pronounce is Nagani Lau Mape. Then, of course, one of my favorite players, Lolomilo, at 13. At 14, we have Tevita Ufa. And at number 15, we have Glenn Faihu. So, yeah, lots to look forward to in this game. Look, you're going to get the passion from the Pacific boys. Can the Western Force hold up against that? I see this game being very even. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if this is less than a try difference between the two teams at the end. I'm just going to make sure that chat. Hey, V, you taking score predict? I'm always taking score predictions, my friend. So let me know. Let me know. Look, I'm going to tell you my score prediction first. We'll put it out there. Moana, Force, right down. Vic, I'm taking my score prediction today is 28-25 to Moana Pacifika. You going 25-18 Moana. Okay, that is Paul Terrio. Are you nervous for the weekend, Paul? You know, it is Arsenal, Chelsea. I mean, you are at home. Chelsea are a force to be reckoned with. I don't know what, my phone is so screwed up lately. But we'll see. There, we'll see. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Look, it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be a battle here today, man. It's gonna be a battle here today. Where do I see the strengths? I mean, look, I think with Pellegrini, you've got the better fly half, definitely on Moana's side. I think the scrum, the pack, I think, of the Western Force, I would give a little bit of an edge there. Gunner's going to smash Chelsea. Okay, all right, good stuff there. We'll see what's happening there. Yeah. Yeah, no, the Gunners just got me off the... Look, I'm just looking forward to a good, interesting game in a beautiful stadium. I'm going to quickly just take the lineups away. Look at that. That is the kind of stadium you like. That family atmosphere out there in the Pacific. Beautiful there. It's got to get that name of the stadium. It's the Navigation Home Stadium there. So I think the Pualoko is what the town's called. So that's going to be, yeah. I always love that atmosphere. It reminds me of my childhood. You know, going to the provincial games when I was growing up in South Africa. You know, you sit on the grass embankment. There's no boxes or VIPs or stuff like that. You know, you get your sausage, whatever, your hot dog, your hamburger, your drink. You're sitting on the grass and you're watching good sports. That's kind of what I like. I think I just think it's really cool. That's what I think it is. There you go. Like I said, after this, later this evening, we do have the Cardiff Blues against Leinster, and then tomorrow morning, it all kicks off with the Drua against the Hurricanes. Going to be interesting there as well tomorrow. There you go. Let me put the scoreboard out for today already. There you go. Moana against the Western Force. We've got 5 minutes till kickoff, so plenty of time. Let me go have a look if my feed's up and running, which is always important. Yeah, it looks good there. I do once again thank the people there in Australia for giving us these good matches there on Stan Sports. Much appreciated. I think they do a fantastic job, and it's great. It's great that you can watch these games even in Europe. I love that. There you go. Look at that. Beautiful weather out there. Look at that, man. People, look at that. People sitting on the grass enjoying the game. No massive stadium. That's what I like. That's an old school style of watching sports. Yeah, Moana, well supported by the Samoan contingent here. To all my Uzos out there, have a good game, man, and let's go Moana, baby. Look at that beautiful weather out there. Look at teams again. Look, my favorite player, everybody knows my favorite player for the Moana Pacifika. I think he plays fantastic. He is the captain of Moana Pacific, and I just love his name. What a name. Miracle. To give your son the name of Miracle. I mean, you know, is there a better way to go? Miracle Vaialagi. What a player is. Jonathan Taumatina, another top-notch player for them. Lolomilo, always in the thick of things. I think he's a warrior. And then, of course, at the back, Tavita Ufa. He's been playing really well, so we'll see what happens there. But the Western Force, can maybe get a steal, yeah. Of course, the iconic coach of Moana Pacifika, the great one himself, Mr. Umaga. Love him as well. What a player he was. I remember the battles that we had with him. The Springboks against New Zealand, the All Blacks. Umaga, what a player, man. What a player. And just going through the Western Force lineup again here. Guy to watch, obviously, is always Carlo Tiziano. Künzel, or as we would say in Switzerland, here where I'm at, Kinsley. That's actually how you pronounce that name. Hamish Stewart there. So Bailey, you know that you've got some Swiss heritage in that surname of yours, huh? There you go. Greeley, of course, always good. Good bench as well. They're from the Western Force. That should be innocent. Look at the Pacific boy. Going to put that a little bit louder now. 24 degrees out there in Pukekohe, Auckland. Beautiful there, man. So, beautiful weather there in New Zealand. I saw Kiwi Rob was in before. We'll see. Look, after this, they got some tough games here, the Western Force. Yeah, they got to go to the Highlanders. They got to go to the Hurricane. Against the Hurricanes. We'll see what they do there. But they'll be up for it today. They will be up for it. I mean, the Super Rugby teams are always up for it. I mean, that's just why we love the Super Rugby, because it's always very, very competitive. I see the vote is 8-8 at the moment. I do not know what's wrong with this phone of mine. I cannot get into anything at the moment. There you go. Just checking out some stuff there. There you go. Put a little bit soft here. Beautiful. So George Bridge, age 30. Okay, back again. There you go. What would I say? How many people in the stadium today? Maybe a few thousand, looking good there. Here we go. Moana coming out in that red and blue stripe. Kind of a little bit of a Barcelona throwback there. So we're going to see. Clock is ready. Teams are ready. I'm ready. Scoreboard's ready. Now we just need a good game, which we'll get, because you always get a good game. Because you know Moana will always give 150%. All teams in the rugby, Super Rugby, always give all their best. Let me just have a quick look. Here we go. That's good. So here they come out. Oh, those people are oiled up there, those Samoans, huh? So here we go. What we got? I should start any second now, because the so Ben Donaldson is off already, because something is not right. And so Max Burry is taking over as the 10. Write that down. So we got a first change really early in the game. I feel for Donaldson. Hope he gets well soon. So yeah, we start round 3 of this Super Rugby Pacifika. It's Moana Pacifica against the Western Force. I just heard, talking about the Western Force, they are out of Perth. I heard that the Springboks are going to have a test match also against Australia in Perth later on this year. And we got the kickoff, we're up and running. Let me hit the clock, there you go. So it is Western Force to get us started, and it's Moana with the first ball. Nice there. Martino with a good kick. So it's going to be line out here for the Western Force. Let me just get my screen out here perfectly. There we go. I got to do this a little bit more like that. There we go. So good work here from the Western Force. Up over the 10-meter line here. Nice drive. I think that was Jeremy Williams. Another good drive there from Darcy Swain. Nathan Hasty. What do we got? A penalty coming up here. Yeah, penalty to the Western Force. So this is an opportunity either to take the 3 points or kick for touch there.
See what they do here. They have chipped away at 3 points. And they, in these conditions, back themselves. And it looks like that's what they're doing, Taylor.
So they're not going for the 3 points, so they are going for touches. So the new man, Burry, what can he do here? Max, can Max maximize this kick here and put it close to the 5 meter line? Now that's a good kick, about 6 to 7 meters out. All right, so Ben Donaldson's back around. Looks like he's coming back on. So something, I don't know what happened there. Did you have to go to the bathroom? You just don't know these days with these guys. Here we go. So it is a line out about 8 meters out here for the Western Force. Well taken there by Ekuazi. Nice little drive here from the Western Force. I did say the Force, I thought their pack was going to be stronger than Moana's. Advantage here to the Western Force. Hasty can't get the ball out, so it's going to come back for the... So what is the ref decided differently? I thought it was advantage here to the Force. Oh. Chris Apu there with that big tackle there. That was good. Apua is what he's called. So, but it wasn't an advantage to the Western Force. No, it is a turnover there. So it's gonna be Martina to put the ball in here. The Western Force pack is 70 kilos lighter than that. So basically almost a normal person. I'm not saying a rugby person. So here we go. Pellegrini kicks for touch here. That's not a bad kick. Gets it out of their own 22 now. So it will be a Western Force ball just outside the 22. A little bit irritating with the shade and the sun on the field to see exactly. So it's hard. It's hard. There we go. What's going on here? Okay, so they made the change. Donaldson is back on. And Burley is off. So short little cameo there for Burley. Or the Burry. Now I got this. All right. So line out Western Force. Well taken there by Franco Molina. Nice movement through the back line here. This is good running from the Western Force. Gets out around the outside there. Good stuff there. Thank you. I get a cup of tea here. The service is very good this morning. Calls the mark. So Glenn Fayou calls the mark here. Well done. So yeah, you got to be disciplined in the early going. You don't want to throw things away. I'm just really bothers me this morning that this is not working. So here we go. Penalty against the Moana Pacifika and a kick from Donaldson will get them on the 5 meter line. It's going to be a scrum on the 5 meter line here. A line out. That was actually good work here from Donaldson. So, Nick Doley to put it in here for the Western Force. Good take. Nice quick drop off. Nice little drive here. It's about 3 meters out for the Western Force. Can they strike first here? They go wide, but good defense here. Oh, unlucky bounce there for Moana Pacifika. Good bounce there for the Western Force, and they get the first try of the game. Now that was a good kick from Donaldson, but he got the lucky bounce. We've got to be fair. The bounce, Darby Lancaster there with the try. What a lucky bounce! You've got it. What's just a lucky bounce. It just goes boom, and then totally in the direction of the Western Force. I'm just trying to see if I can get in here. You've got to try to get into. Stuff is not working this morning as it should, but that's fine. There you go. There you go, that's better. Kick is good as well. Beautiful kick there from Donaldson. So Moana under pressure already. Nice start here by the Western Force, going up 7-zip. Good try there from Darby Lancaster. It was all made by the kick and the lucky bounce, let's be honest. It is a rugby ball, you never know the way where it's going to bounce. And it's bounced for the Western Force today. So a kick off here from Moana. Well taken there from Hamish Stewart. But it is a penalty to the Western Force. I think I was that offside, crossing over offside. Here we go. So what are Moana going to do? Giving the ball to Pellegrini. They're going to go for the corner here. So a good kick from Pellegrini is needed here to put some pressure on the Force. There you go. I see the line in the background there for the beer stand is long. People are waiting for their beers there, or whatever they drink there in Auckland. Here we go. Line out, Senarovia to put it in here. Mills Senarovia put it in here. Well taken. I think I was Savage. So what can Moana do here 5 meters out? Can they reply with a try of their own? Tamatina gets the ball out quickly. Oh, good work here. Good work here. Piling in the big boys. So this advantage here from Moana, still being played here from Moana Pacifika. Tamatina trying to get the ball, find the ball in that mountain of people. There you go, gets it out. Gets it straight out to Tom Savage. He picks up about a yard. Taialoa doing well here. So it's still about 5-6 meters out. It's still advantage to Moana here. Yeah, they're close to that 5 meter line now. So it's coming back for the penalty. So what do they do? Yeah, I think you go kick it for touch and go for another line out. Or are they going to tap and charge? What does Coach Umaga think about this one? Now they're going for they're going to kick it for again, and they'll take a 5 meter line out. There you go. So Sanaravia to put in another good line out was what's needed here. Must probably go back to Tom Savage, but he loses the ball. Not good there. Knocked on. Ufa gets the ball. He knocks it on, but it did go backwards. And now the Western Force all the way back to the 10 meter line. Sanaravia driving forward yet. Tom Savage. That is Alan Craig. Getting the ball over the 10 meter line here. Tamatina gets the ball out quickly. Here we go, passing it through the back line. What can they do? A little grubber kick through to the... That's going to be a Western Force line out on the 22 here. So that wasn't a good spell of play here from Moana. Had the opportunities to score, didn't take it. Don't forget, tomorrow morning we have 3 rugby games on the trot. I'll be doing 2 of them. Vern will be doing 1 of them. So, and then of course this evening we have URC. Tomorrow we have 2 URC games as well. And then on Sunday, Vern will be doing Manchester United against Crystal Palace. Good take by Pellegrini, gets it out there. Good stuff there. Alamolo. Going to the big man there, Sanaravia, doing a lot of work early. Here we go, this is good. Oh, that was a knock on. Wasn't a good pass, and Ufa didn't have the opportunity to catch it, so it's a knock on. Umaga doesn't look impressed early on. Simon Cron, coach of the Western Force, not an easy job. I think both of them got tough jobs because their teams are not as strong as the other teams out there. Let's be honest. I think it's Drua, Moana, and Western Force fighting for that wooden spoon this year, or fighting not to get the wooden spoon. Here we go. So scrum here to the Western Force. Hasty will put it, or Hasty will put it in here. Collapses. Oh, we're just going to redo the scrum here. There we go. Dion Fonsale in the house this morning. Good morning, Dion. How are you doing? No, sit over here like that. That's perfect. Yeah, I want to know how William Haverly is doing from the Western Force. He had his bell rung big time last week. See if we can update from the Drua. We'll see if we can update you on that. And then of course, Cameron Miller as well, not looking good last week. Try to see if we can get you some injury updates coming up later. So Western Force front rows go down, and the Western Force get the ball out by using their back line. Oh, Lancaster doing, he's off and running here, Lancaster. Can they stop him? Oh, they knock it on. They knock it on. So Moana can counter here. Oh, this is good. This is good, Pellegrini. Good work over the 22. Yeah, Moana go. Martina to get the ball out quickly. He gets it to Alan Craig. What can they do here? Over the 22 on Moana. All the way back to Apua. He's a big man. He's a monster of a man. Come on, give it to Miracle, man. Miracle make the try. It's been quiet so far, Miracle Firelaggy. Here we go. Yeah, Miracle gets the ball. There you go. Look at that. Picks up. That's just the work that the man does. He didn't release the ball before he went on again. So it's going to be ball here for the Western Force. Ball carrier holding on. So Ben Donaldson can kick here and relieve. He didn't release it. He got kicking back and forth. Big up and under. Mark called here by Ben Donaldson. So he's played actually quite well. I don't know what the issue was with him at the beginning of the game. So there's no more. It's early evening there in Auckland. So the sun is gone. So we don't have that shadow on the field anymore, which is quite cool. That way I get to see. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful 24 degrees there in Auckland. Looking stunning there, the way the floodlights are on. Moana with the line out. Good line out there from Sana Ravia. Trying to go for a little bit of a maul here. Yeah, there you go. Good stuff. Good work here. Pellegrini puts up big up and under, and they're chasing. Donaldson takes it well. Greeley, elusive, huh? Gets three people to miss a tackle against him. Hastings, quick. Look, Western Force been very controlled so far. Gotta give it to them. Moana's had their chances. They're just throwing the ball away too much. 15 minutes are in here. Now the 25 to go till half time. So it's advantage here to the Western Force after the knock on here from Moana. Over the halfway line here. Western Force in the half of Moana. What can they do? So the advantage I think is over here. Here we go. Hastie's big up and under. This is going to be a challenging one for, I think it's Pellegrini. Well taken by Pellegrini. That was a good one. I just like Patrick Pellegrini. I think he's one of the better fly halves around. Totally underrated. I think he's a lot better than people. Advantage to Moana here.
So a free hit here for Moana Pacifika, and it's a little kick pass to the outside edge where
So they're coming back for the advantage here.
a couple of touches he's had so far.
He's looking sharp, isn't he?
So, disappointed so far a little bit in Moana, not taking their chances.
Marlo, all the chat has been about Lancaster, but don't forget about that man. Another breakdown.
So it is a penalty here. What Pellegrini can put a lot of pressure on here.
But tonight they are really looking to utilise the boot and try and
We got 53% going there. Good morning, Mr. Florian Result. Where are you from, my son? Where are you from? Yeah, we have Gavin Washington. I know Gav. Gavin Washington. He's from Rammstein in Germany. Salute you, my friend. Go Force, let's go. Okay, we have somebody backing the Western Force. I like that. I like that. Look, I think the Western Force. I just think Moana, Western Force, and Drew are those three teams. I think going to be near the bottom of the league this year. But I hope I'm wrong. So here we go, Moana. Another advantage here to Moana. Good hands there from Taialoa. I thought he was going to knock it forward. Tamatina to get the ball out quickly. Faialagi moves. They're moving about. Lolomilo doing well there. So they're coming back for that penalty. A lot of penalties at the moment from the Western Force. A little bit of undiscipline here. Good work there from Lolomilo. I like him a lot. Look, they got good players. Lolomilo, Patrick Pellegrini, Miracle Faialagi. I mean, Moana's got the players as well. I think that what hurt Western Force is Harry Potter leaving the Western Force. That wasn't good. I thought he was one of their better players last year. Good line out there from Faialagi. So here we go. You can do another good line out because it's another line out about 7 meters out for Moana. Can they now convert their field dominance into points? I need to go over like that. There you go. So here we go. Good line out. Little maul going here. Not going anywhere. Ref telling them to use it. Good. Ah, this is better from Moana. Nice little drive there. I think that's a try from Milson and Ravia. So, Milson and Ravia with the try there. Good try. So, Moana fans in the stadium are happy about this one. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, I just want a close game. I do not, everybody knows I do support the Island boys more, Moana and Drua. But I have a soft spot for the Western Force because I think they're going to have a tough season this year.
goodbye. 2 done. Try time. Moana Pacifica back in.
Good stuff. Good morning, good morning. Jump around. So Patrick Pellegrini, this should be an easy kick for Pellegrini, man of his class. What am I saying? Perfectly down there. So we're all tied at 7. Good stuff early in the morning here. Good stuff early in the morning. You want to come in the pitch and say hi? No. Hey, we could get more views, man. That was a knock on there from Moana Pacifica, straight off the kick. That is the only time you never want to knock on, but that's definitely not when you want to knock on. When the other team kicks the ball off into your 22 and you knock it on, giving the other team straight away good field position. Moana Pacific are looking to win 3 consecutive home matches for the first time. So the last 2 home matches of last season, and this is their first home match of this season. Yeah, they had 2 away games. They were away to the Drua, and then I think they were away last week. Can't remember who they were away to last week. I think it was the Hurricanes. It's been a long time since the Western Force has won on New Zealand soil. See, this is what I like about Super Rugby. We've had 21 minutes now and 20 seconds. The clock has not stopped once. If I was doing freaking URC, it would have stopped 10 times already, man. The refs let the game flow, and this is what makes watching Super Rugby so exciting. Don't forget, later this evening we do have Cardiff against Leinster in the URC. Our rugby update show comes out at 5 o'clock this afternoon, Central European time, which is 5 o'clock in the morning there for you boys in New Zealand. The DEFCON Rugby show. We're looking at all the lineups for the weekend. Who's in, who's out. Penalty here to the Western Force. Do they take the 3 points here? I always believe in putting scoreboard pressure.
Johnson Holmes got his chest out there on that occasion. He lost his spine in and down. Fair penalty.
So they're taking the scrum here. The Western Force. Surprise, surprise, surprise.
He's got a special move out the back of this.
I didn't see this one coming.
There's fights. I mean, it's not pretty either side. It is a clear penalty.
Very interesting tactic to go for the scrum, considering they could have played the corner and could
Abraham Poole with his 50th match in the Super Rugby. Moana are a force to be reckoned with on home soil. Yeah, Moana at home, they're doing well. So here we go. Scrum here for the Western Force. About 30 meters out. Good shove there on the scrum by Moana Pacifika. And they turn the ball over. Fantastic. Good stuff there.
It's just one early. That man is seriously strong. He kept his feet underneath him on this.
I think all the players from Moana Pacifika are seriously strong.
Interesting decision by the skipper to not take the corner. Scrum always puts you in that 50-50 decision with the referee.
Here we go. I would have taken the kick, man.
Homework, this Moana Pacifica scrum is seriously good.
That's a good kick from Pellegrini. So all the pressure that was done by the Western Force is gone with a bad decision. They're not taking the points, going for the scrum. Moana turned the ball over, and now Moana on the attack. There we go. So, 24 minutes in the book. Well, not a good line out from Moana Pacifika. Another crappy line out from Moana Pacifika. Sana Ravia putting the ball in terribly skew. And a beautiful 50-22 here from the Western Force. Who was that? That was Hamish Stewart. Oh, Nick Doherty looks like he's coming off. He's not walking around.
They've earned so well through Stewart.
Yeah, looks, is that a calf injury? What a kick here from. Beautiful kick. The perfect kick. That was a monster kick there from Hamish Stewart. So now we've got time off for an injury. It is Nick Doherty on the lying on the field. What's he going to do? Is he coming off? Looks like he's going to try to keep on going. Yeah, well.
Terrible injury, wasn't it? On the morning of the game when they were due to play the British and Irish Lions, Nick Dolly.
So here we go. That was a fantastic kick there from Hamish Stewart, man. Fantastic kick. Puts all the pressure back on Moana Pacifika. I mean, look, Moana's had more of the possession so far in this game, but they're just not capitalizing on it. Okay, so Nick Doherty will put the ball in here. Who they're going to? They go straight to Darcy Swain. They're trying to maul you, but that bloody Moana pack is big and strong, man. Here we go. Nick Doley trying to get the ball out. Oof. Penalty against it. They go quickly with it over the 5 meter line. That was good work by Hasty.
Really tricky around
Whoa. Ikuzi.
his pace. So the Force now, their forwards
They are trying to do it with the pack here with their forwards.
next up.
Oh.
There's a couple.
Now he's rolling over too many times. I saw that coming, ref. That was not clever play there by the Western Force. I could say something bad now, but I won't. Now I'm gonna. The quality of both teams at the moment is not there. You can see why they might be struggling this season.
Moana Pacifika.
Decision making. Pellegrini kicks for touch. It's going to be a line out on the 22 for Moana Pacifika. Sean Wrench, my man from Manchester. Hi Vic. Hi Sean, how are you doing, man? 56% of you think Moana's going to do it. So do I. Got my tip out there this morning. 28-25 is what I'm going for. So, Senaravia, that's a better one. Gets it straight to Tom Savage. Pellegrini will kick up big upfield there. Doesn't find touch. Donaldson, big up and under. Oh, there's something to chase here. This is good. Pellegrini again. Pellegrini gets flattened after the kick.
Clatter of bodies coming together. Some space in behind. Getting the error.
And another knock on from Warner. Oh man, that hurts. That hurts. Tavita Ufa. That is a bad knock on. Not what you want. Knock on in your own 22.
Celebrating 30 years of Super Rugby.
Yeah, it is 30 years of Super Rugby this year, huh?
Ben Donaldson, this is at about the 85th minute.
I've never felt for a side more than Moana Pacifika on this occasion. They deserve to win this one. But what a game it was. There's the match winner.
Okay. Oh, well, we can do one of those games, 45-44. That would be a nice game. So scrum here for the Western Force. Can Warner push them over again and force the turnover? I don't know if you Western Force, if you want to take so many scrums, because at the moment,
Away it comes for
here we go, quick move here.
who kicked that wonderful 50-22. Getting the
Here we go. Hamish Stewart did well there. That is Taialoa doing well.
so far. This match, as is this man to zone.
Good tackle. Here we go.
There for Hasty again as they keep coming around the corner. Stewart
Again, Hamish Stewart piling forward.
probing the blind side with
Franco Molina.
3 Argentines in the squad. Hasty running into traffic twice.
Are there what three Argentinians playing? I like that.
Play halfback. Moana have conceded the advantage again.
I like it when other, I would like to see that in my South African teams there in the URC. Some New Zealanders, some Australians in the squad. I think it's always cool. Different nations, different rugby ideas. That's why I do like that we have for the Springboks, we have an assistant coach is a New Zealander. We had an Irishman in there. I like that. You can't, you just can't always have people from the same nation thinking the same. You need a change. That's why I think New Zealand, they're looking for a new, All Blacks coach. Does he have to be New Zealander? Maybe a little bit of a shake-up. Here we go. Line out, Western Force. Well taken by Franco Molina. He's playing well.
Momentum too. Dolly's got it tough.
Got to be careful here. They're getting close to the touchline. Oh, Nick Doley's away. Gets it to Darby Lancaster.
An extra metre or so now. The
So what do you got? 3 meters to go. Carlo Tiziano.
muscling up on their line.
Good defense here from Warner. Putting the bodies on the line here. Still looking good for the Western Force. They got to score on this one. Otherwise,
There for the captain Williams. Jeremy Williams.
Jeremy Williams getting through there as well.
To get on that.
Oh, about a meter out now. Ref is in good position to see what's going on here.
For their second try to go back in front. Johnson Holmes buries the head.
Nah.
He's peeled back.
Harry Johnson Holmes, they're trying to get it still a meter out. What do you do here?
It's slow as telegraphed. It's for Dolly.
Dolly going nowhere, going backwards here. That was a bit telegraphed there. Moana knew exactly what was coming. Again, Ekwasi. Advantage now to the Western Force. They can try something here now. Stewart trying to get through the gap, but there isn't a gap.
A little bit sparse. Hasty. Releases now for Donaldson. The bounces. Good enough for George Bridge. Looking at straight.
Oh, beautiful work there. George Bridge scores a try. Well done.
Time and time again, no one can defend the off bounce pass.
Yeah, that is. I think they got a little bit lucky with was an errant pass there. It bounced on the ground and it worked out well for the Western Force.
Let it bounce.
There you go. That's the pass that no one. And then Bridge does really well to beat 3 players there. Goes straight down the middle.
All he really did is straighten up there. And
Yeah, I feel there for Ufai because of the bounce, kind of caught him off guard there.
first try for the Force after scoring 37 for
There you go. Well done. Okay, so that try will count. So, can Ben Donald, that's an easy kick for Donaldson. He'll put it through the. So it's 14-7 to the Western Force. Got 8.5 minutes to go here in the first half. It's been a good first half, been competitive.
Hang on. Sorry, Jeff.
Just to be clear, we do have a tool to restart the checklist, so we're going to go for a short check. We're just checking the grounding.
Well, it'll be whether there is separation and control. He was very lackadaisical. Somewhat desperate.
So they're looking if the ball was grounded. Let's have a look. Nice, no try. That's a knock on.
Maybe drop. This will be better. Oh yeah.
That's no try, man. Too leger, man. That try's coming off. I can tell you that now, man. Try or no? That's not a try. No try. I'm sorry. Of course, it's no try. That is. I mean, if you George Bridge, you should be ashamed of yourself. That was way too leisure. He's in there. All he's got to do is put the ball down now, but he thinks he can has time, and the Moana player just rocks his world. If I'm the coach, that player's getting a rollicking from me at halftime. Stupid play. Stupid play. Or as you would say in Australia, that's mongrel, man. That's being a mongrel. So they'll come back for the advantage here. Donaldson will put it out. But that is definitely not what the doctor ordered. So 8.5 minutes left here.
Well, he used the shift drive before.
Changes here for the Western Force as well.
Up their sleeve.
Here we go. So what can they do here?
Play on, says the referee. It's been dragged towards the side now.
This is good defense from Moana Pacifika here. 5 meters out here for the Western Force. If Moana can keep them from scoring here, this would be big.
Hasty picks out Bridge. This time is just about there. Was about to say makes no mistake, but just dragged down. They get there.
So now they get the try. Now the Force have the try.
Darcy Swain will pop up with it.
Darcy Swain with the try. So they get there eventually.
The reprieve was short-lived. The Force
Well done by the Western Force. Now they get that try, and deservedly so. They've been the better team so far.
fell just short in Swain. Long body, just extended.
Again, it was Bridge doing well, breaking the line. But, yeah.
And this is as easy as you like.
So Darcy Swain just gets over there.
Talk about the low body height, but how about the high body height there from the attempted tackle of Whailangi, just far too high, ducked down like that. Darcy Swain,
Nah.
someone's so
Well done by Darcy Sway. Failagi was there, but he was too upright. He was too high. He couldn't get down low enough. So, can Donaldson make the kick this time? Yep. So it is 14-7 to the Force against Moana. And it's a deserved lead by the Western Force. Definitely.
Try for the force. It's as easy as you like.
Yeah, too easy. Just too easy.
Side to inline from Bridge. They send out.
So,
And it's a very special and early debut for Tupo Apawea. 10 tests for Tonga.
so let's have a look here. Moana to get us started.
2 AKs, 1 in the warm-up. It's been physical.
Good take there. That was, again, Hamish Stewart. Well taken. So, Western Force are going to clear their lines. Donaldson with that big kick upfield. Does he find touch? Nope. So, what can Moana do here with about 6 minutes to go in the half? Big up and under. Well, he gets flattened, but well taken there. Look, Moana's forwards have been dominant. They've got more power and everything like that. Just, the moment they're not making good decisions as a team.
Just brings it in.
Pellegrini just manages to avoid a knock on there.
Moana looking to launch just inside their own territory, busting up.
Look, Moana at home, they will come in the second half. They're going to come for them, but it's not looking that great at the moment.
Again, it's been really messy for the halfback back there.
Pellegrini, he's trying to get a fifth. Nah, it's not going to make touch.
Really again.
Greeley with a good kick.
Contact on that one.
It's the aerial battle here. Who can get more advantage out of the kicking at the moment? It's definitely the Western Force.
Win the game of force back and well controlled by Pellegrini near that sideline.
Back and forth. We've got about 6 or 7 back and forth kicks. It looks like I'm watching tennis here, man.
Try and maybe back his pace around the
So that's a good one there. Lancaster, he decides to run the ball. If you're the Force, this is where you want to try to score one more time before halftime. Excuse me. Franco Molina doing well. He's a big, strong man, Molina. But he knocks it on. On the ground, playing the ball on the ground, knock it on. So it's going to be Moana ball here.
Position team.
I mean, look, if you think of it, Molina, Argentinian, of course. I would bet out of the 50 best Argentinian players in the world, but 45 of them, 40 of them don't play in Argentina. All the European teams have got Argentinians in them. I think it's actually quite a good thing. Here we go. 3.5 minutes in this half. Martina to put the ball into the scrum. The scrums have been very good for Moana today. So here we go. Going on the short side here.
Little chip around the edge and it pulls out over the side. Play on for Ale Malo.
But it's going to be another line-up for Moana.
His energy has been very high. Hello, Malo. Just in front of the mark, though. Every time he's
Yeah, good stuff there.
looked to create something, he's got a real
So line-out on the 10-meter line here for Moana. Can Moana get us back to 14-14 or 2.5 minutes ago? This is an important 2.5 minutes in the game.
down the back they go and
Well taken here. Good line out. Here they go.
look to launch.
You use the big boys, man. Use the big boys. And he is a big boy, Chris Apua.
Clear out. Pellegrini knows
Good hands from Patrick Pellegrini. Lolomino loses the ball. Western Force will clear their lines here. Donaldson.
sitting deep back.
Big kick down the field. There's nobody there.
Back here for Pellegrini. Had to cover plenty of ground to get there. Slam it back downfield.
This is all going Western Force's way at the moment. They're playing the more intelligent game.
Beastie this time.
Playing that field dominance, field possession game.
This one stays in field as
Again, it stays in field the ball. Greeley,
dangerous with
Good run here from Greeley.
Way through there, though.
So
Nice quick ball for Hasty.
the Western Force, that's a good little grubber.
Puts it in behind, just dabbing a nice little kick in.
This should be good.
One side to the other. This will
So that's a touchback. So Pellegrini will have a little bit of a drop kick here. But look, 1.5 minutes to go, and Western Force is definitely playing the numbers game a lot better than Moana Pacifika. But the territory game has been definitely won by the Western Force. I would say that the forwards are definitely being won by Moana, but it hasn't accumulated in any points. And again, Western Force straight back on the attack here.
to wind up the big number 8.
Oh, he's big, man.
Rolls his way into a
Ikuzi, good running here.
Hasty with Molina. Through the hands, Donaldson. Now Bridge.
Bridge has played well, except for that brain fart he had on the try that should have been. Penalty advantage again to the Western Force. With 40 seconds to go, you give it to Donaldson, take the 3, or you go for touch here. Looks like they're going, not rolling away from Moana, so they've been penalised. So Donaldson is going to go and see if he can get it close to that 5-metre line here. Good kick. So, all the pressure is on Moana.
Big in the first half, but simply unacceptable for Paoloa Tanabumanga's standards. You can see there
Umaga will not be happy. I do not want to be one of the Moana players at halftime. I think they're going to get a rollicking, man. They've made bad decisions. Lots of stupid knock-ons. So Nick Doley here. About 8 meters out. Line out for the Western Force. Let's see what they can do here.
Extend this advantage.
Go straight back to Franco Molina.
There with Donaldson.
Yeah, Molina. Then Hasty.
6 meters out from the line.
So here we go. 6 meters to go.
Donaldson again pulling the strings.
Bridge doing well there. 5 meters out. Getting the big boys ready.
Line up. Swain is tipped up. Moana needing to
Oh, Carlo Tiziana makes a few meters, about 3 meters out here.
now Stewart.
Hamish,
Ball tipped back and
Stewart, Hamish Stewart.
they go again. Do the force.
Oh, about a meter out. This is looking good for the Western Force.
On the stroke at halftime, another advantage.
Advantage again. So this is looking good for the Western Force.
Centimeters.
The siren is gone for half time already.
Bridge gets it, and Bridge goes.
So this time Bridge does make his try. This time he doesn't screw it up like he did before. Western Force. Oh, Moana got a lot of things to talk about at halftime. I can't see Ben Donaldson missing the kick here either. So it's going to be 21-7 at halftime. Bridge has been really good. Just that situation there where he should have had the try.
effort upon effort eventually.
Good stuff.
Let's not forget this guy's a try scoring machine. When he was playing for the All Blacks, 12 tries in 19 tests. He knows his way to a good white line.
Hell, I mean, you know. So Donaldson here, can he make it 21-7? Moana was going to have a lot to think about in the second half. Great kick.
Be perfect off the tee. A couple of late.
So that is half time, guys and girls.
Give them
If you're a Moana fan, you're not happy about this first half. 21-7, good work from the Western Force. Bridge, you can see the quality of the man. I mean, he played for the All Blacks. I mean, you know, you can see the quality that he brings. And good stuff, man. Good stuff. So it is halftime. I'm going to go for a quick break. It is halftime. See you guys in a few seconds. I'm going to fill up my drinks. We'll be back soon, guys. Be back soon. There you go. So we're back here. Look, that second half is about to start. Beautiful scenes there in the stadium. Yeah, I like that. I like that, man. I just like this atmosphere of these stadiums. I'm not a fan always of these big, these big stadiums with all their VIP boxes. I like this feeling, man. I do like this feeling. Listen here, Moana has got to come up with some answers. Look, Western Force got a clear game plan. You can see that. We're going out wide. It's working for them. The kicking game is definitely being dominated by the Western Force. Too many penalties against the Moana Pacifika. Too many knock-ons from Moana Pacifika. And look, Coach Umaka got half-time now. Let's see what they can do. Can they bounce back? I think they can. But they're going to have to do something early on because a game like this can slip away very quickly. But we know, look, Moana strong at home. They will definitely try to do something in the second half. For me, actually, the man of the match so far has been George Bridge. Even though he made a stupid mistake there for that disallowed try, I think they can hardly stop him. He breaks all the lines. It's hard to tackle. Franco Molina playing really well for the Western Force as well. Carlo Tiziano, they've been doing really well. I need to see more from the Moana backline. I mean, Lola, I need to see more from him. Tavita Ufas hadn't had a great game today so far. Lau Mape as well. Alain Maloa as well. These guys are going to come out. Thought Pellegrini's been stable. Martina, got to get the game flowing quicker. There you go. Okay. I can take that away. 1 second. There you go. So those are things we got. It's got to change a little bit. Miracle Failagi, not his best game so far. Been very, very quiet. Are you done? Yeah. Okay. There you go. So we'll see. There's a lot of Moana players that need to step up here. I think the only player that I've really thought has played well so far is Mil Sananarivia of Moana. Otherwise, everybody else can step their game up because, I thought Darby Lancaster's played well. Hamish Stewart, the kicking of Hamish Stewart has been very good. That 150-22 was beautiful. So, lots of things to look into, man. Lots of things to look into. If you're a Moana player and a fan of the Moana Pacifika, it's not looking good at the moment. They need to do a lot better here in the second half. Okay, what is this? A new series? New series, Robin Hood. Okay, I'll write that down. Maybe I'll watch that. All right. Here we go. Is that still running, or is that just a rerun? I don't know. Was that Breaking Bad? I don't know. That must be over a long time ago. So come, let's get the second half underway, because I'm quite excited to see what Moana comes up with in the second half here. It's going to be, I think they're going to come out all guns blazing. I don't think this game is over by a long shot. I did say 28-25, so I'm still in there, or thereabout. Let me just see that my phone, plug it out. We will be right back shortly after the break. Okay, they always bring out these nice food advertisements. So here we go, players starting to come back out on the field. Look, not at the biggest crowd in the world there in the stadium. But Moana got to come up with something now. No changes. Oh, yeah, one change. Ufunagia is on. He's coming on there for Sami Sipia. Still 62% of you are going with Moana. That does surprise me. No love for the Western Force today. Huh? Here we go. Second half to get underway. All right, see you later. Zeichen op Beileid und alles van mir. Also mij die motor als al jong. Okay. So about to come up, kickoff, man. Don't forget the Reds, the Highlanders later on today. I'm not doing that game. I got some work to do this morning. But yeah, I thought you got to do the Moana games, Vic. You've got to do the Moana games. So yeah, look, if you take the last two games, Western Force has actually started all games quite well, and the second half is where they've come unstuck. So let's see what happens here today. Look, they need that win. Got no points in the table. Let me put that out there for you guys quickly. I'll just take away the Moana. Let's have a look at the Didn't I have the standings up here before? No, not quite. Okay. I thought I had the standings here. No. All right, we'll leave it. Don't forget, afterwards, this evening, there is a URC Rugby Cardiff against Leinster. And tomorrow morning, it is the Drua against the Hurricanes. And the second half is underway, guys. So here we go. Western Force received the ball. Good stuff. Now they're on the attack. Let's see if Moana can pull this one back. I think Ben Donaldson's been sensational here for the Western Force. Very good kicking. Solid. So here we go. Moana line out. Just inside the 10-meter line of the Western Force. Here's where they got to do something here, Moana. Senaravia to put it in. Go straight to Miracle Failagi, and I think he loses the ball. Unbelievable. How can you start the half with that kind of mistake? Nah, Moana making just too many mistakes today. Nice kick there from Hasty, up and under. You see, look, Western Force is just playing better at the moment. This is not good. Little kick through the grab there. But look, the Moana backline has had not a lot of ball tonight. The only player that I've liked from Moana in the backline has been Pellegrini. There's just too many Moana players haven't stepped up today. And the Western Force back on the halfway line with the ball. And they're doing well. You got to be careful here now. Moana, got to be careful. I don't think Moana can afford to let the Western Force score the next try. But it is a knock on here from the Western Force. So it is Moana ball. Much needed ball for Moana Pacifika. Good, they got something coming off the bench. Gavin from the USA there. Greetings, Gavin. Garden Bishop still on the bench. They got a few stuff, but come on. I'm disappointed in Moana. I am disappointed in Moana. I expect so much more from them today. So much more. And they haven't delivered. They haven't delivered.
Pressure coming on from Moana, front row's pop up.
So our ref decides they're going to redo this.
See that. Bench starting to warm up. They may go to it early. Battle up in here in the front row. Players have been coming and going, but the starters are back out there.
So come on.
Had a little bit of dominance on the far side, just popped up there. Both teams.
Come on, scrum here for Moana Pacifika. Here we go. Martina to put the ball in. We need something special now. Zach Berger in the house. Moana look tired. I'd have to agree by penalty here to Moana, so Pellegrini can kick for touch here. They got to do a little bit better, man. I want more from Senna Ravia. I want more from Tom Savage, Alan Craig, Fire Lackey. They've all got to give me a little bit more. It's been a little bit passive so far.
Starter, but he has been strong, except for the one scrummer, Jackson. He has been outstanding. See there. It's hard to see from that angle. The ref in perfect position. So here it is, this 20 minutes, the Force, they have these demons.
Yeah. The first 20 minutes of the second half has been a little bit of a problem for the Force. They've had a lot of demons.
Wasn't straight.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up if you're a Moana Pacifika fan. Come on, man. And again, they can't put the ball in straight. And again, they just give away prime position. This is not good, man. This is like they're not here today. It's like they're not concentrated, man. The passion is there. It's always there with Moana. But they're not concentrated, and the Western Force are sticking to their game plan. The Western Force are definitely playing the numbers game here. Just doing it nice ball there again. McBride doing well. Over the 10-meter line. Nice little kick over the top. That's clever.
Over the top, there's no one in behind, but the
Goes straight out the back. So that's a lucky bounce there for Moana Pacifika. They can use all the luck they can get at the moment.
That backfield under immense pressure, great contestables. This one a little top spot, just looking to put it in the corner.
Unlucky.
Again, like warning.
So, come on, Moana. Do me a favor and play some of your stylish rugby, man.
Talking about the stats now, remember I mentioned there was a concert here a couple of weeks ago and there's
So what are they going for the scrum here? What's going on? Scrum here.
let's just move this more in field.
Look, Western Force, 63% of the possession, 63% of the territory. Time in the opponent's 5-meter line. Everything speaks for the Western Force. 7 handling errors for Moana compared to 3 from the Force. 8 penalties. That's where you can see the handling errors has definitely been the problem. 7 handling errors already in the first half. That is crazy. Martina puts the ball in. What can we get from the Moana Pacifika here? Moving the ball out.
using Lamapi as the battering ram, but he's
Lamape, good stuff here. What are they going to do here?
raised the options enough. Keeping in the forwards for now for some time.
I'm disappointed. You don't use your back line. Everything is the forwards, and then you kick the ball away. Come on, man. You've got good players out wide. Use them for a change, man. Run against the Western Force, man. The Force are doing exactly the right thing. They run the ball. They're getting it out wide, and that is their big advantage. They're using that out wide at the moment. They've got a nice balance between using the big boys and using the quick boys.
Greedy once more, looking to get involved.
And Moana seem to just want to do it with power today, which is, I think, not their strength all the time. They got a lot of agility out wide. Use it.
Build some phases, and that's when they can be dangerous. Molina, it's a little awkward for Stewart, but does well, and then it gets fired wide to Bridge.
Bridge is a tough player, man. You can see that. Everything's going Western Forces way. They're doing good job here today, man.
Starting to look busy.
Yeah.
Here's Lancaster.
And Moana starting to, you can feel it. Western Force are kind of zapping the energy out of the stadium and out of the players as well. See, they play the ball well. That little kick there, that's a good. Another mistake from Moana. Another mistake from Moana Pacifika. This time it's Pellegrini that can't hold onto the ball. So, Western Force kick the ball, should be Moana ball. No. They knock it out of bounds. Another handling error. And all of a sudden, Western Force. Okay, let's have a look here. This is not good. Is that Lolomilo on the... Yeah, he's holding... Oh, he says his neck is hurting. Not good sign. I do not like to see that. Some changes here for the Western Force, but let's have a look at what's happening with Lolomilo. It is Lolomilo, if I've got this right. Oh, that hurts. Are they going to look at that? That's not a good hit on Lolomilo. That could be a bad injury. So is the ref going to look at something? Are they going to tee him up? What are they going to look at it? So Lolomilo, at least he's up, and he is up, which is good. So he's got to go for an head assessment. So he's off. Don't forget tomorrow, hey, the Chiefs against the Crusaders. Ooh, that's a big one. And then the Brumbies against the Blues. Some great rugby action tomorrow. Big rugby day tomorrow. Here we go. So no penalties, no nothing. Here we go. Western Force once again over the 22. This is looking ominous. Good stuff here. About 15 meters out here now for the Western Force. Oh, big tackle there from Alan Craig. Big collision. Western Force lose the ball. Stolen by Chris Apua. And they knock it. Oh, Moana get lucky here, man. Penalty to Moana Pacifika for holding on. Good work there for Semisi Tupu Taialoa. Done well there. He was over the ball. That was fantastic. Well done. And then the big boys pile in. Come on, Moana. This is the chance you wanted, man. Now you guys have got to pull through here. You've got to pull through. Let me just get my chair right as per usual. I'm telling you, I've got to get a new chair here. Somehow this doesn't move. It's wonky. Kind of like Moana's game today. Come on. I expect more from Moana Pacifika. Honestly, I'm disappointed. Here we go. Line out. Well done. Moving quick. Senaravia. Big boys running straight at them. So, here we go. What can Moana do here? They're going to kick it away. And it gets blocked. Oh, they're lucky that it was advantage being played. Moana Pacifika, everything they do is a brain fart at the moment. Everything they do. The mistakes they are making is... It's like they're not here today. Zach Berger said they're tired. No, it looks like they've been on a... Yeah, well, tired. Maybe they were on the piss last night, man. It looks like they're like, oh, drunk as a skunk, man. Let's be honest. It looks like they got a serious hangover, man. So, halfback change here for the Western Force. Hasty is off. So, more changes coming in for the Western Force. I think it's Franco Molina leaving. So, here we go. 50 minutes in the book. That's a high tackle, ref. You got to see that. His hands around his neck. But here we go. Moana close to the 22 here of the Western Force. They need to score on this drive. Get a little bit of, how do you say, enthusiasm and a little bit of a momentum into the team. Failagi. It's good. They get over that. And again, they go. And then again, they fucking lose the ball. This is fucking ridiculous. I'm losing my shit here, man. The amount of mistakes Moana are making, the amount of knock-ons is unbelievable. Geez, me as a Sharks fan from South Africa, I know all about that. My team is exactly the same, man. It's so freaking frustrating when you knock the ball on 50 fucking times a game. Ghazi's on as well. No, this is ridiculous, man. You can't win a game of rugby if you're knocking on the ball 10 times. Again, look at that. Gonna come back. Oh man, I'm pissed. And not because I want the Force to lose, you know. I'm just pissed because I like Moana Pacifika and they are playing mongrel rugby, man. A bunch of freaking mongrels. I would love to see the statistics on how many knock-ons they've had. I mean, handling errors. They had 7 in the first half. They've had another 7 in the second half. And we only had 52 minutes. Come on, you got to be a little bit more. You got to be a little bit more. I can't take that phone call now. Oh, I've got to do that afterwards.
Well, yeah, I probably didn't let Taylor get a word in, so I've been axed. So look out, boys.
So here we go. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if Moana can come back. Not the way they've played. Yeah, but there's no one there. Yeah, where are the reinforcements? I bet you they knock it on again because that's all they've done the whole freaking day. Jesus, I said on our 2-year anniversary, I'm going to try to calm myself down, but I can't handle it. I can't handle it when they play like this. I couldn't coach Moana Pacifika. Well, I couldn't coach it because I'm not good enough, but I couldn't handle it. I would be in those players' face all day and all night with all the mistakes they make. It's going to be an advantage here to Moana Pacifika, but it's so scruffy. It's not clinical. It's not clinical. But you know, Moana, instead of being like a heart surgeon, they're more like a bad butcher, man. You don't want them working on you. They knock it on again. They knock it on again. They fucking knock it on again. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable how many times they knock the ball on. They are just lucky that they had the advantage. Martina needs to be substituted. He's playing terrible at at scrum half. Or half back, as you boys down south say. Nah, terrible, man. I'm losing it. I am losing it. If you can't beat the Western Force at home, who the hell are you going to beat at home? This is a must-win for Moana Pacifika. Because the way the season's panning out so far, and the way they've played, the 3 worst teams in the league are Moana, Drua, and Western Force. You beat Drua away, you got to beat the Western Force at home. You got to beat the Western Force at home. 26 minutes to go. Oviedo, another Argentinian coming on to Western Force. Western Force got some nice Argentinian contingent there. So the ref not happy with the front rows. He's calling them, and they're going to sit in for detention or what? So let's have a look. Not good. Let's have a look here. Scrums. All right. Scrums 1. Okay. Scrum penalties 1. And Moana. That's all in favor. Bring out the statistic. Bring out the statistic that's damning for Moana Pacifika. Handling errors. 55,000 freaking handling errors today already. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Moana Pacifika is robbing me of my last nerve today. Of my last freaking nerve. So they can't scrum properly now either, so they lose the ball. Crazy. So they haven't put the time back on the TV screen. Put it on now, but that's not right. The Western Force are just, they're hanging on here and they don't have to do anything. You know, that's showing you. The Western Force don't have to do anything special because Moana Pacifika are just destroying themselves. I mean, listen here, this is basically take any sharp objects away from these people. They're self-inflict pain here on themselves. I have no confidence in Moana now. Even when they get the ball, it's like you just know the next handling error is coming. It's like, then they throw the ball out of bounds. Oh my freaking Lord. The right idea. They have no fucking idea today. Why am I so upset? Because I want them to win. That was a forward pass. And then he throws it out of bounds. I mean, this is fucking schoolboy errors here from Moana Pacifika. It's about time, yeah, bring on somebody else. Maybe the boys up for the bench are awake. Nah. Bishop is on for Pellegrini. Pellegrini wasn't the problem today. Yeah. Paul is off. Hala is on. Here we go. You can see why these two teams are going to land at the end of the season at the bottom of the table, because it's just not good. Look at that. Here we go. Oh, and the Force just win the ball there. Moana Pacifika are nowhere today. Nowhere. They couldn't beat a high school team today. Under 13s would beat Moana today. Moana are just nowhere today. The amount of mistakes and handling errors and bad decisions. You can't win a rugby game like this. You can't win a rugby game like this. If you Western Force, let's be honest, Western Force cannot lose this game. Not with a team playing like this. Good kick from Donaldson. Moana on nowhere. It's like, I don't know. Did you guys all saw the movie Space Jam, where all the NBA players, you know, they put their hand on the ball and they lose their powers. It looks like Moana had that. I think somebody from, I don't know what the Moore Mountain or Space Mountain has come down and just stolen the ability of all the Moana players. It's like they all don't know what they're doing. And this is upsetting me. Here we go. Western Force on the 5-meter line. Score the try here. The game is over, man. Over. And deservedly so. Moana do not deserve to get anything out of this game. I'm so disappointed. Advantage to the Western Force. Exactly what they wanted. They'll score here. Here we go. There you go. He goes for the line there, Ukwazi. And they got that advantage as well, the Western Force. 5 meters out. Donaldson ran into a little bit of trouble here. But still advantage to the Force. Here we go. Again, they're driving well. More nice. You got all the people with their hands out. They go there. They're in disarray, man. No, it's like Argentina playing against Moana at the moment. Good. I think it's held up there. Good work from one at the end. But it'll come back. Gotta say, the Argentinian boys doing a good game here for the Western Force. I like that. I like that they've got brought a few Argentinians. So Donaldson will kick for touch. It will be a 5-meter line out to the Western Force. 20 minutes to go. The time is ticking away. Western Force scored this. It'll be a 3-score game. Can't see Moana coming back. How the hell can you play this bad? Here we go. Line out here. Good line out from the Western Force. Now they're going to drive. Here we go. Oviedo close. Here we go, about a meter out here for the Western Force. And yeah, I can see the ball clearly. Still short, still a meter out. Here we go. That's about it. Another penalty against Moana. Soon that yellow card's going to come out. I can tell you that. He's talking to Failagi now, telling him, yeah, your troops are going to get a yellow card soon, son. So, yeah, next time somebody's leaving the pitch. I can tell you that now. It's all going wrong for Moana Pacifika. It is all going wrong for them. Here we go. More reinforcements coming on here for Moana. They don't need reinforcements. What they need is freaking a miracle. Molly on for Sanaravia. I mean, the Western Force haven't won on New Zealand soil in 1,000 years, man. Here we go. Nice maul here. This looking good from the Western Force. And they score the try. That's the game. You know that the Moana are not coming back from this. So it is Carlo Tiziano with the try. Good try there from That's his 3rd try of the season already. Well done. Western Force totally deserving of their lead, totally deserving of winning this game. Moana look cooked, man. Yeah, come on. It's not an easy kick for Donaldson, but he should make it. Man of his quality. Let's have a look. Straight down the middle. He's been sensational as well today. 28-7. Bonus point in the books for the Western Force. I'm disappointed in Moana. Kurtley Beale on the field for the Western Force. I like Kurtley Beale. Always played well. Here we go. So, you know. There you go. 17 minutes to go. And if you're a Moana fan, don't expect anything from your team. Because they've done nothing today. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All they've done is knock the ball on. I'm so disappointed. I had Moana winning this one. I thought it would be a... Final quarter of the game starting here, and no. Martina's been not good today either. Jonathan Martina, too many mistakes from him as well. Too many judgment errors. That is a penalty to Moana. No need for kicking for. Now you got to go for the tries. A big mountain. This is Mount Everest times 3 if you Moana. Turnovers. 10 turnovers for Moana Pacifika. 12 turnovers. 10 handling errors. Crazy, man. Who's on the phone here? I have no time right now. Let me have a look. I'm doing my best. Okay. So, about 5 meters out, Moana. Guarantee you there's a knock-on coming. Guarantee you, because that's their game today. I hope they score a try, but I don't think so. Western Force doing well here. 5 meters out, still going through the big boys. Not going anywhere. It's at 5 meters. You need something different. You've done this the whole fucking game and it hasn't worked. Get the ball out wide to your backs, man. Going through the pack of the Western Force has not worked for you. Jesus, man. Don't you people know? That's the height of stupidity. Doing the same shit over and over again and expecting a different outcome. And again, they turn the ball over, the Moana Pacific. I told you they turned the ball over. I told you. Fucking hell. How Umaga can sit there and be that calm. As coach, I'd have left my booth a long time ago. I'd be on the bloody field kicking them in their fucking bollocks. Oh, man. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. This is not happening, man. Look, shout out to the Western Force. You deserve your win. I'm glad that you're getting your win. It will be your first win of the season. But I support a little bit more Moana Pacifika, and they are moaning Pacifika today. They're moaning a lot and they're doing crap. Look at that. Look at that. The Western Force, just everywhere they're better. Everywhere. Another knock-on, another fucking knock-on. You can't. This is ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. Advantage. Bridge doing well. The old man. Come on. Knock-on from Western Force. Well, at least that. But look, if you're Western Force and a Western Force fan, don't worry. You could not guard any of the Moana players. And 1 meter before the line, they'd knock it. 1 meter before the try line, they'll lose the ball and knock it on. Because that's just who they are today, mate. They've played like a bunch of mongrels. It doesn't matter how positive I can be in life. I can't see nothing positive, man. Where are they supposed to go? Join the shit South African teams. I mean, who do you want to add in here? The Sharks, the Bulls, the Stormers, they're even worse than these teams, man. I don't think the Sharks and the Bulls would beat Moana Pacifika. They knock the ball on even more. Good work here from the Western Force. Well done. Where do you want them to go to? So you want 9 teams in the league. The way you think it, only 2 teams play in the league. Moana still got more points than the Crusaders, who are the champions. Sports is a cycle. People got to wake up, man. So Western Force with a line out here on the 5-meter line. 11 minutes to go. You can see another try coming here for the Western Force. Good line out. Good work there. I like that. Starting to like what the Western Force are doing here. They're nice maul again. 10 to go. Just keep on mauling. The Cheetahs wouldn't win a game in the Super Rugby. Not one game would the Cheetahs win. Another try there by the Western Force. Good try there from Oviedo, the Argentinian international. Good stuff. That's what I like about the Super Rugby. At least you're getting foreign players coming in now. The Argentinians, they're now Argentinians going to play in South Africa. The money's not good enough, man. Good stuff. Well done by the Western Force. Could this kickstart the Force's season? They got a few of their players back now. Better. No. The Moana Pacifika and the Drua would win the Curry Cup in a canter. They wouldn't lose a game in the Curry Cup, let's be honest. Good kick once again. Donaldson's kicking really well, man. Who's your player of the match? Who they're asking me. Well, you could put Donaldson in there. Bridge. Tiziano. I thought Molina was very good. 9 minutes to go. Thank Lord it's only 9 minutes to go. So what they're doing here, Moana, got to go for touch here. They got to try to score a try. The kick is not great either, but there'll be a line out here for Moana Pacifika about 10 meters out. Can they get a try about 5 meters out here, Moana? Can they get a try? They knock it on again. They knock it on again. You can't make this up. Don't know. I'm not doing that one. I don't know. I don't know. The Reds, it's only their second game of the season. They had a bye last week. You never know. I think the Australian teams are doing quite well this season. Brumbies look strong. The Waratahs look strong. But it's early going. You never know. I just think Super Rugby, for me, is the best club competition there is at the moment. Because you can't watch the URC. I mean, there's no good teams in the URC. None of them. The rugby, the refs, the flow of the game is terrible. I still go as probably the French league is the best league, followed by this, the Super Rugby, and then I'll go Gallagher Premiership, and then I'll put the URC as the 4th best league at the moment. That's just me. That's my opinion. I'll stick to it. I mean, what's the best team in the URC? Leinster and the Warriors. I don't know them. I don't give a shit how it's ranked. You can take the ranking and shove it up your ass. If Leinster and the Warriors, the two best teams in the URC, play in this division, they're not winning. They're not winning the Super Rugby. They wouldn't even win the French league, man. You'll see. French teams are going to win the Investec Cup once again. It's just the way it is.
That's Fury into the action. It's a good touch finder as well. Luring his team down towards the 22.
I like that last line out move. Really brought
I mean, if I look at World Rugby right now, even the Scottish clubs are better than the South African clubs. The Irish clubs are better. The French clubs are better. The English clubs are better. The New Zealand clubs are better. The Australian clubs are better. If you had to have a world league, of all the club things,
Keep going. It's something more
you wouldn't have a South African team in the top 10.
from Lolani Falieva. Back it comes again for Samuela Moli. Now Matavao, Malani Matavao, close to the line.
So Moana do get a try here. Well done. Little bit too late, but it's a try. You got to take it. So coming off the bench, getting the try. Well done there. Good work. Lots of, at least the passion is still there. But the amount of handling errors today by Moana. Look, you have days like that. You got to understand that. That is sports. Only true idiots think your team's going to win all the time and you're going to be good. That doesn't happen. I don't care if you're Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal. Every team has a bad day. We know that. That is sports.
What would he have done if he'd come on a bit earlier?
Forget it. South African teams are just terrible. They're worthless. Waste of money, waste of time.
Last year doing the same thing.
They don't turn up. Half their players are always all they care about is being a Springbok, and that's the only time they turn up. They don't turn up for their clubs. Never. None of them. Listen here. If you, the New Zealanders and the Australians, the best thing you ever did is don't allow the South Africans back into Super Rugby. They'll destroy Super Rugby with their shit way of looking at things. Doesn't matter. I want the Sharks to lose. I want the Bulls to win. I want you to put that $1,000 on the channel. There you go. Told you. Now, can you imagine the South African teams playing in the Super Rugby? They travel to New Zealand, they leave all their best players at home. That's just how they are, a bunch of losers, man.
Two Dunedin as well as Moana. It's taken until about the 70th minute for their attack to start really sparking and look lively. Injection of energy off the bench has been good. Matavao. Down and bash it to the line.
And then you have dumbass coaches like JP Peterson. Get the fucking job he never deserves. It's funny how people get jobs they don't deserve.
Crash his way through. Back it comes for Craig. Absolutely tireless.
So here we go. Moana still trying to do something here. 2.5 minutes to go. Now they start playing with passion. It's funny, huh? Crazy.
This match, 2.5 to go. Out the back it goes for Garden Bash. It big wide ball now for Nani Lamapi. Had to stop it. Williams, who was down in that area.
I don't care about Resident Evil 9. I don't even know what that is.
So unlucky.
What is that? Is that a movie? Resident Evil 9. What is that? A man's dildo? I don't know. Zombie horror game. Good for you. I wouldn't spend a cent on that shit. So still advantage here for Moana there. Could they get a third try here? No. So, last minute of the game. Well, last 1.5 minutes of the game. What is Moana going to do? They're going to go for that third try now. Exactly. The pundit here. One pundit that said, you shouldn't finish like this. You got to start like this. Because I don't feel like it. Another try there by Moana. Alan Craig. Because I got to go to work. So, yeah. And I'm doing the Cardiff against Leinster game. Because I actually want to do a good URC game. Cardiff Leinster should be a good game. I mean, let's be honest, the Lions and the Stormers game is not going to be good tomorrow because there's no quality there. And the Sharks against going to the Bulls will just destroy the Sharks tomorrow. Here we go. So can he make the kick? Nope. So that's the end of this one, guys. 19-35. A little disappointing game for Moana fans. But hey, you know what the good thing is in sports? I always say the good thing in sports. Next week is the next game. It's always next week. That's the nice thing about sports. You know, a few days and then you get to rehabilitate yourself. Leinster Cardiff will be a good game. There you go. Guys, that was me for this morning. I got to jot off here to work this morning. Thanks for being in. See you guys later. Have a great one. Enjoy your day. Thanks for watching and congratulations to the Western Force on your first win of the year. There you go. Ciao, guys.